name's Pebbles and welcome to my channel. My plan for my channel was to be about spiritual stuff and positivity, positive mindset, and just tips to help keep you calm in your day, have a great day, affirmations, just things of that nature, whole mix of things. But as many of you will know, who's on an awakening journey, a spiritual journey, who listen to divine guidance from your guides and your angels, you probably realise that sometimes the plans change and just throw these curveballs at you, and you go along with the guidance and you follow that, and sometimes they have plans for you that you don't really expect yourself, and this time is one of them for me. So I will be throwing in some little videos of that nature also, but this video today is one that is containing the one and only Mr. Freddie Mercury. He's actually here with me now, and we've been having a little chat, and he's really encouraging, he's really nice, he's such a sweet person. But he also has a side that, when he first came in, I was kind of like, he's kind of joking around, and I'm kind of like, is he joking, or does he mean it? But he's really nice. He's having a laugh. He seems to be having a nice time. So I'm just gonna explain to you, just so you get the picture of what it is that he's wearing. So how it works with me is that they come in, and then I can see them. I ask them to step in, and they show me images, and they play the music, and they let me know who they are, and I can see them in front of me and hear them, and then I can relay that to you. So I'm going to let you know what it is he's wearing, and I'll try and keep doing that throughout, so that you can build up a picture also of what it is that I'm seeing and what it is that I'm feeling and receiving. So right now he has he's bowing, he's going like this. Right now, he has white jeans on, and he has a white vest on. He has a belt buckle on, and he has a jacket on that I've been trying to find online just to show you. I've seen him wear the jacket online, but it's a red one. I think it's got like what's the colours? Red, white and blue on here, and tassels, or there's some colours on the top anyway, but okay, well, yeah, the jacket he's got on, he's bending down to let me see. They're just on the shoulder, the strip on the shoulder. So what he's got on today is red, white and blue. I'm pretty sure I've seen pictures of him with it on. And there's tassels. But yeah, white vest underneath. And he is smoking a cigarette. He's really smoking a cigarette. He's really loving them. He's also stubbing out the cigarette in an ashtray. Now, of course, he doesn't need that. Some people may say that, well, why would he have a cigarette? He has got cigarettes. And I asked him, why? But, I spoke to Spirit before, and some of them are, having a good drink and having alcohol and really having a nice time. Obviously, it's not alcohol. It's like a mojito version, but it makes them feel like, they're having that because that's the experiences that they enjoyed on Earth. So, believe it or not, yes, they can enjoy the experiences that they had on Earth when they come through to us and show us those kinds of things that they loved and enjoyed then, and the clothes that they like to wear, and those kind of things. So he's smoking a cigarette, and he's smoked a few actually, and he's stubbed out an ashtray. In fact, I had to stop recording before, and when I actually went out, and when I went out, I could see him sitting there, because I told him to hang on, and he's actually sitting there. Somebody would be waiting for you if you were to look in on them, and they're not with you, they're not looking at you, he's sitting there sort of, like he's by himself now. So, yeah, he's great, he's beautiful, he's in a happy, jokey mood. Yeah, he's sitting on a chair. It was a slightly, just a plain, plastic chair, and then he did swap it to like a white comfy chair, but now he's back on the orange chair now. So he's sitting there. He's sitting in typical man style, which is sitting back with his, which most of the guys do seem to sit like this, but yeah, he's got his leg up across, his foot up across one thigh. So, sitting back, thigh over one leg. So he's sitting there like that, and he's got some things to tell us. He's got some things because he's here because he wants to assist us. He wants to let us know some things, what it is that we can do with things transpiring in the world. So he's got some like positive advice, if you like, to, you know, to give us. Excuse me if I just, you know, pause, because if he interjects, I'm just going to listen to what he says. So yeah, he's got some good things to, you know, to share with us. He's really charismatic. He did let me know that, you know, he was here to carry out his vocation, to do what it is that he was meant to do, which of course, you know, we assume that anyway, but you know, that's what he's letting me know. He was giving me a little bit of a pep talk on, he sat with me and you know, and did this whole little calming type breathe in, breathe out. In fact, he even got me to stood up, and he stood up with me to breathe in and breathe out to start to feel calm. And he's laughing. He's still smoking, and he's just laughing. He's laughing, shaking his head, you know, laughing at what I'm saying. And now he's nodding his head and he's blowing smoke out. He's just casually sitting there enjoying himself. He's enjoying himself. He's like that. Yeah. Yeah. He's just sitting. He's just sitting enjoying a cigarette while I fill you in on what it is that he's been doing and what he's been saying. So he, yeah, he's I've lost train of thought now. Yeah, he's in a good mood. But yeah, he was just yeah, when I was saying to him, like, you know, you know, just bear with me. He was joking around and saying, like, you know, oh, come on, take your time. And but then he was kind of like saying, no, come on, get on with it. And he was trying to get me on, get on with it. And you know, as I was stalling, going, oh, I've just got to do this, got to do that. And I was saying to him, right, okay, I'm just gonna have to, you know, get on and do this video, isn't he? And he's like, yep. And then he played me a line from The Show Must Go On. So, you know, he's been really encouraging me to, you know, to get on with this, because, you know, this is like, you know, out of my comfort zone. Not something that I would normally do, not something that I was expecting to do. And he said to me that, you know, well, what's the point in staying in your comfort zone? You know, you don't go anywhere with sitting in your comfort zone. So he's got some good wisdom to share. Yeah, he definitely. I spoke to a couple of people before this, and that was just like they just wanted to come through for just to have a chat without it being recorded. Freddie wants this to be recorded. I'm sure the other people will come back. Well, they are going to come back. You know, they've been in my space, so because what it is yeah, when they come in, they come in when they're ready, or when you're ready to sit. Or at least that's how it works for me. When I'm ready to sit with them, then they'll come in, but they'll show me that they're ready to come in, or they're willing to come in before. So they'll kind of like hang around. I'll see them I'll see them hovering around, and in you know, here in my mind's eye, it's not like they're outside and me hovering around, but I can see them, and they'll sometimes play songs or just say things, and then I can maybe check in with them and ask them and just tell them, oh yeah, I'm gonna get to it, and let them know what I'm doing if I can't get to it. And yeah, they will kind of respond, but they're not right in my space. This is the first time tonight that, you know, he's right in my space, as where I say to him, you know, come in, let me see you, let me hear you, and then he'll come in and sit right in front of me. So yeah, he's sitting there and he's just nodding and laughing as I'm speaking. A little personal story that I've got to tell you that Freddie has actually done, and this is the thing, what a lot of people do understand, but people still have a difficult time understanding that we're all souls on earth, and some of us incarnate and come in to do, you know, what's technically known as lead ordinary lives, and some souls incarnate because they're meant to lead more extraordinary lives, i.e., you know, shake the world, rock the world, become mega famous where the whole world, you know, knows who they are. Obviously play the records, you know, they're famous, they're recognised and all of that, the adoration, all that kind of thing. But when they cross over, you know, it's not about that. It's, you know, they can come through just like our family members can, and you know, I'm sure most of you have gone to mediums, and you know, you've had readings from family members, and that's okay, and that's, you know, ordinary, and you really, you know, you don't question that. But I suppose if you think of somebody like who's, you know, when they were here on earth coming through, a lot of people would doubt that and think, well, that's not going to happen. I certainly did it, and you know, I had a hard time believing that, you know, somebody who was like worldwide famous would want to come and just chat to me. And you know, that's kind of like part of my, you know, normal conscious side of my mind that's like, or you know, the ego part that's just like, you know, oh no, you know, that's not going to happen, and not believing it. But I did have trouble believing it. But it's true. And they can also come through and help us, and they also can, just as maybe like our family would come in and assist us in certain things, they do that too. And you probably wouldn't think that, and I certainly didn't think it either, but you know, they can just come in any time when we need assistance, just because they were, you know, well known on the earth plane. That doesn't mean that they're not just going to come in to, like, you know, so-called everyday people. So yeah, I have a young son who has autism and cerebral palsy, and when he was back in school, he did a play, and he performed Freddie Mercury's song "Don't Stop Me Now." So my son at that time was he was quite young, and it was limited, you know, to what it was that he could do. And the days leading up to the play, you know, the teachers were all coming up to me and rushing up to me every time I went to collect him from school, and they were like, oh my gosh, you know, wait till you see what he's gonna do. And they were really so excited, and I was like, you know, that's great, but I was like, you know, what is it that, you know, he's gonna do? He was quite limited on what he could do at that time, because his development, you know, had delays in it, and you know, he could walk and talk and things, but you know, where the play was concerned, you know, what he could do was, you know, was limited up until that point. So I, you know, this went on for like, you know, a week or something. They didn't want to tell me what it was he was doing anyway. Come the day of the play, that's what he did. He came out and he performed that Freddie Mercury song. And the thing is it just made me so proud, because he just performed that song to perfection, pretty much. And the part where the break of the music is, and the part where the song starts up again to sing in the chorus, my son did that perfectly, and he just came in at the perfect time. You know, it was perfect. The timing of it and all through the song was perfect, and he wasn't one bit shy. He did used to like to sing, but I wouldn't have thought he would have got up and, you know, stood up in a whole room of people and done a song from beginning to end so perfectly. And you know, I was very proud, and for years and years, a lot of years gone by since that happened, that, you know, I thought it was great, you know, and whatever I've got on video. But it wasn't until last week that I suddenly got the feeling that, hang on a minute, I have a feeling that, you know, Freddie helped him do that performance. And I don't even know what it is. I've got a picture, I've got a few now, but I had a picture of Freddie Mercury on my phone, which I just went onto the internet and found just out of the blue. Something just made me do that, and I'm not really sure why. I can't remember. I can remember a lot of things of the other people, but for some reason I can't really remember. But anyway, I found this picture of him, and the picture of it reminded me of my son. I was like, that's quite weird, you know. In this picture, I've never really noticed that before, but he reminds me of my son. And anyway, he was there. You know, we've just been having a little chat about that, and he was there, and he's smiling, he's still smoking, and he's smiling on his head. He's blowing out the smoke very casually. And when I asked him about that and said, you know, he was there, he's saying, yeah, well, why wouldn't I? It's what anybody would do. He's just so blasé about it. He's like, of course, you know. But he was so sweet when he said that, you know. He's just like, it's just, you know, it's what anyone would do. And he and then he quickly went into like joke mode, saying like, you know, I wanted him to, you know, of course I wanted him to do it justice, you know, he was gonna, you know, emulate me, I want him to do it justice, you know. And he's like, you know, and he did. So he kind of went into joke mode there, but the really soft, sweet side of him, you know, was like, of course I was there. So little things like that, you know, they can just look in on and give their assistance, you know, to us at any time. and we often wouldn't even realise that, or we might thank God, or we might thank, you know, our angels or whoever, and really we don't actually know that, you know, we would never think, wow, actually it was them, you know, somebody who's you know, famous and stuff. You know, that probably wouldn't even compute. So yeah, they can step in, and I know a lot of them are willing to step in and assist us with a lot of things now. So whether it be, you know, helping us come through things, or assisting us with things that we may need, like confidence, insecurity, things like that. But you know, Freddie is being really good. He's like a teacher, and it's like, you know, he even said to me, like, you know, everyone's a novice. I was a novice, but you know, practice makes perfect. It's like he started out like that, and he's let me know that, you know, he started out just, you know, not knowing what to do, and then he didn't become that big showman just by, you know, not doing it, but that's how he did it, by just throwing himself in at the deep end, out of his comfort zone, and, you know, getting into it. So he's really got some really, really good, you know, words of comfort and advice, you know, to offer. So anyway, I'm gonna check back in with Freddie now, and see what it is that he's got to say, and what it is that he wants to let us know. I'm asking him in my mind what it is that, you know, he wants to say. Okay, he's laughing at me. He said he wants to give me a round of applause because I've actually done this, I've started doing this, so thank you. Come on, it's your turn now, come on, you rushed me before, come on, get on with it, you're standing there clapping. He's enjoying a cigarette. Yeah, it's strange because it's like sitting opposite somebody who's just down at the pub where they're just like, and he's like, you know, he's shaking his head, and he's putting it out on an ashtray. Ashtray's blue, because he's showing me, and it really is like an English pub style ashtray. I think it says Tetley on it. Tetley, yeah, and white. But yeah, it is typically the old ashtrays that we used to get in. I'm not sure if you get it in other countries, but in England we'd have those, just the wide sort of clunky ashtrays, not glass, but yeah, clunky ashtray. So okay, what is it that you want to start with, Freddie? He wants to say hello to everybody, and he wants to thank his fans for still supporting him long after he's passed. All the people who remembered him and still do. Yeah, he's saying that I don't understand it. He's like, I just don't understand it. It's like, you know, he's saying I never thought people would. I know the band's still going on, so there's an element of me still there with the movie, etc. But it still surprises him that people still show the adoration they do for him. He's going like that now. Yeah, he's going like that now, and now he's going like that. He's you know, he's what people would do to him. He's basically, you know, saying bow down to you, the fans, the loyal fans, the people who've supported him, his family members, friends. He's joking now. Yes, he does. He gets into like the nice deep conversation. Then he's kind of like, oh, you know, and then back to the joke. So yeah, there's that sweet nice side that comes out of it. And then he kind of like counteracts that with like a joke, and he's like I don't care. Okay, he wants me to ask him a question. So what is it that you enjoy doing now, Freddie? What is it that you are actually doing at the moment, and what is the best thing that you like to do? He sings, he dances, he still does a lot of what he did before. Play around, muck around. Yeah, you see, of course, there's lots of friends here that he hangs out with. Yeah, you see, he has many friends, many friends that he has to hang around with. So yeah, and what else did you just say? I want to say exactly how you said it. Until the others come, not that he's in any hurry for that. He's laughing. He's making me laugh because yeah, he's just yeah, he's just joking around. What else is it that you do? What is it? Do you have a mission up there, or? Oh, actually, no. That's what he said to me before. Yeah, that's what he said to me before, because I said to him, "Do you have to go soon?" And he said that, you know, no, nobody tells me what to do. You know, even when he was in the band, like, you know, the schedule he was on, he said nobody tells me what to do, and you know, gives me a schedule. So do you think that, you know, they're going to do that with me up there? So he was laughing about that as well. So he's in a really joking mood, but yeah, there's this side to him that is really nice and shy and sweet and sensitive, but caring as well. But yeah, it's like he when he realizes it's like when he realizes he's getting a little too much like that, then he's kind of like, oh well, but, and he'll throw a joke in and stuff. But yeah, he really is really sweet and nice, and I have really been looking forward to this chat because I wasn't sure what to expect. And I remember them when I was little and in the 70s and all stuff like that. But my musical tastes, I know Freddie knows this, went off in a different direction, shall we say. So I wasn't really like listening to Queen like all these years and stuff like that. So I've kind of just been reintroduced to him again, and I was wanting to go into this video not watching anything about him, and just getting what it is that I got from Freddie. But he made me watch a video. He made me sit down and watch a video the other day. I was going out, getting ready to go out, and I don't usually sit and watch other medium videos when I'm getting ready to go out, because I like to be comfy and watch them, and because I enjoy them. And he, as I was getting ready to go out, he made me put on a video. I was like, okay, when I say made me, what I mean is when Spirit want you to do things, it's like that urge to be like, right, get up and do that now, and you need to just do it. It's like you're not consciously thinking, okay, I'm going to do that. It's like something within you is like, go and do that. You need to do this now. So yeah, he made me watch a video where this amazing lady was interviewing somebody else, and they were talking about how it's polite to do your research before you actually bring someone in to ask them questions and channel them. So I was like, right, okay, now I understand why I needed to watch that video. So I went out and did what I was going to do, and then watched it, settled down and watched it later on. But he wanted me to just watch that part, so I got the message, and then I got the feeling that he wanted some flowers, And I was laughing, I was like, you want me to go and get you some flowers? And then obviously he had me sort of looking things up about him on the internet, and I'm seeing that, you know, that was a thing that he did, to give out flowers, hand out flowers at concerts and stuff like that. I've seen the pictures of him doing it. I mean, obviously I didn't attend any concerts, so I don't know, but, you know, apparently that's a big thing of his. And he also showed me as well about, you know, loving his cats and stuff, and the things he said about his cats. Which I've got cats, I adore cats as well, so I was like, okay, we've got that in common. And I got the flowers, but yeah, they've withered a little bit now because I've been trying to get this done for like the past few days, and I've been like, Freddie, hang on, I'm getting to you. And I've had a few people, but one person in particular, I'm not telling you who that is, you will see, trying to jump the queue, but he was just joking, and Freddie knows he's just joking, but that's the one. But he, but yeah, I promised that I'd do Freddie because he was the next one to pop in, so I didn't want to leave anyone hanging. But yeah, he was, the flowers are withered, but yeah, he was pinpointing me to, and taking me to look at this and look at that, and he wanted me to watch some of his interviews, which I did. So yeah, I seen how he came across in the videos, and I really thought that he was a really nice, sensitive, childlike quality, sweet guy. And I was like, why have I never noticed this? Why have I never noticed this? You know, this man, or paid attention to this man really before over the years. So, but yeah, back to Freddie. What is it that you want to say? He really just wants to talk about giving people hope. People expanding the consciousness. People need to expand the consciousness and raise the vibration. And he's saying that you can do this in a number of ways. Listen to the music that you love. Dance, sing, be unapologetically you. Do what it is that you love. Don't be worrying about all of the outside world and where it is that they're telling you to look. Because sorry, say that again. He's saying there's no satisfaction that, well, he's correcting himself and saying, well, it's not that there's no satisfaction in that. There's no going deeper with that. Go within, rather than look to outside sources. You look to outside sources, you'll get yourself into deep water. If you go inwards, that's what's going to allow you to travel further on your journey, to reach higher places, and to get to where you need to be. Yeah, he's talking about, he's referring to everybody who wants to, you know, get on a higher timeline, basically, and people who are wanting to further advance, you know, and ascend, and move into a better, more positive space, and see change in the world. Changes can be brought about if enough people get on board, but they have to want to get on board, and they have to be willing to put the inner work in, by looking at themselves and the behaviours, changing the behaviours, changing the focus, changing their attitudes. You get lifting others up rather than just worrying about themselves. And he's not talking about not helping others. He's saying lifting others. And he's showing me, you know, people in a rowboat, and then helping other people, you know, people in a rowboat and people in water, and them giving a hand to the people and letting them in on that boat. And what he means by that is assisting people in everyday life. he's saying try your best to plant seeds. So obviously he's talking about people, you know, who are not quite seeing, you know, everything that's going on right now, and you know, do what you can, put what you can out there to help plant seeds, because he's showed me a bunch of grapes, and he's like, okay, he's showing me this now, I just need to check what it is that he's. Okay, so yeah, what he's saying is that, yeah, when you're putting stuff out there, so if you're posting out, or you're speaking to people and you're telling them, you know, certain things, rather than preach, just plant the seed. So you can plant the seed by in a number of ways. He's saying, well, in a number of ways, whether it be a larger platform, giving talks, social media, your actions around the people who are just not quite getting, you know, seeing what a lot of us are seeing right now. And the reason why he's giving me the analogy of the grapes is because he's talking about the seeds. When you get grapes, you can get seeds in the centre. To be saying, you know, the more you put out things like that, or just be who you are around those people, the deeper the seed will go. I.e., they'll start to understand what it is that you know, you're trying to get them to understand. But it has to come in their own time. There shouldn't be any judgment. They will eventually see, but not everybody's going to see at the exact same time. He's saying it's going to take time, you know. But it can be done. Those who are determined, it can be done. But you've got to want to. You've got to want to do it. He's saying it's a double-edged sword. Okay, he's rubbing he's rubbing his jeans now. He's kind of like, he's not getting frustrated, but he's kind of like, you know, he's licking his lips, and he's saying, like, you know, there's a lot going on. We all see what's going on. Many of us do here. And we want to help. We're there waiting to help. We've been helping. It's just not a lot of people to get that, or see that, or understand that, or even believe that. What else did you say then? Okay, saying anyway, back to a more pleasant subject. Yeah, he's kind of like straightening himself up now. Like, anyway, like he went down a road and was like, he was getting a little bit, you know, yeah, slightly frustrated. It's like, I think, you know, what they're seeing over there, they are kind of like, you know, they can see a lot of things that transpire, and so, you know, the world needs more happiness. The world needs more joy. The world needs more people joining together. More love. More interaction. Don't be afraid to go and see and hug your loved ones. Because there's no time like the present. And you never know. You never know every day. Oh, even though you see people every day, you never know when it's going to be the last day. Even if you see people every day, you never know when it's going to be the last day. So hug your relatives, hug your children, hug your mothers, your fathers, your relatives, your friends. Check in on people. He's saying, he's saying checking on people. I'm asking him, is he okay? He's nodding because he yeah, it's like he's getting a little bit frustrated going down that road, seeing what's transpiring right now, and he's thrown on a feather boa. He's kind of like just tossed it over his shoulder, and he's like, I'm having another cigarette. So it seems like, yeah, I don't know if, you know, when he was on the airplane, if he when he felt like that. Well, I mean, I'm sure people do, don't they? But yeah, it's like he's like with the conversation, and he's like, I need a cigarette. But he doesn't need them. I asked him that before, and he's like, I don't need them. It's just like a prop. But he's really enjoying them. I did notice on the interviews that he was smoking continuously, and that's exactly what he's doing now. He's not got one leg up now though. He's got his he's sitting, you know, with the legs apart and rubbing his thigh jeans like somebody does when they're a little bit sort of tense. He's rubbing his thighs, you know, stroking them as somebody would when, you know, the conversation's getting a bit heavy. So just give him a little moment to just relax. We don't want you to be stressed, and he's saying he's fine. He's let me just show you. He's fine, he's relaxing. And this is what he's like. So it's pretty much that. That's what it looks like. That's what his hair's like. That's what his moustache is like. That's exactly what he looks like. Because I know he had a few hairstyles, and obviously at some point it was longer, and then it was more a short hairstyle but overgrown. I've seen that. So, but yeah, that's exactly what he's like now. He's got the white vest on, which he's worn a lot of times. Okay, now he's having a pint. I know that may sound strange to some people, but he's having a pint. He's drinking out of a pint glass now, of what looks like beer, because that he's got it in his mouth. You know, sipping it slowly, as people do. Okay, what else? What else is it that you want to say? Is there anybody that you want to talk about? Any family members or? He's got people around him. He's got his mum with him. He definitely has his mum with him. He's shown me, like his mum. Okay, I think he's got his partner with him as well that was with him when he passed. I think his name's Jim. But I'm asking him. But he's drinking, so he's just like nodding as I'm asking him. He's laughing. I'm asking him, you know, is it Jim? But he's saying, yeah, he's there, the love of my life. And then he's saying, apart from me, and he's laughing, kind of like, you know, laughing like as if he's going to get into trouble. But just listen to seeing what else he's got to say. He's saying, yeah, we're all together, so it's great. We still have laughs. We still enjoy the things that we had on air. Yeah, it's just some of the laughs they had with some of the people on Earth. They can't do it in the same way that he did do it when, you know, they were together and he was here. He's saying that's okay, that time will come. Now he's just showing me on stage now. He's got the white vest on, singing up and down the stage. It's a live event that he's at, like an open stage. He's just reminiscing. He's saying they were good times. Because he's showing me the crowd. The crowds. It's a really big open stage with, you know, lots and lots of people. A very large crowd outside. Okay, I think it might be the Live Aid concert. Okay, so what is it you want? Do you want to talk about anything about relationships or confidence? Okay, he wants to talk about confidence. He's saying, look at me. I exuded confidence, I was the face of confidence. He wasn't perfect, but he didn't care, at least at some point. He did touch on that earlier, actually, because I was telling him, well, I was telling him how beautiful I thought that he was, and, you know, how handsome he was, and I didn't see anything wrong, you know, wrong with his teeth or looks, and, you know, it was, you know, something that, you know, he was still attractive, and what did you say about that? I can't remember what it was he said. He said, yeah, he said he wasn't always comfortable with the looks, but he got comfortable with them. And later on, it didn't do him any harm. Just go with what it was you said before, please. Oh yeah, it didn't do him any harm because he still got a lot of people that was attracted to him. And he said, yeah, some of them, of course, were because he was famous and well known, but he did find people who loved him in his life for him and who he was, and it wasn't about the looks. So it is possible, regardless of the things that you perhaps are insecure about, you don't like about yourself, that, you know, you will find somebody out there that will see the beauty within you and not just about your looks or your body. Yeah, or superficial things like that. When you find someone who really cares about you and loves you regardless of whatever state you're in, whether it be sickness or health, then that's the true magic of love. When he's playing the song, it's a kind of magic now. I'm not sure the way it's that, but I think he's just, you know, reiterating the line. They often do that. He's just playing that song. It's a kind of magic. When you find a love that's like that, where somebody loves you for, you know, for who you are and not just superficial things, it's kind of magic. It's a kind of magic. He's saying there's a lot of people out there who are looking for that, but they're looking in the wrong places. And he's showing me a pub. So he's saying a lot of people just yeah, he's saying not in all cases, but yeah, if you go out to, like, what he's trying to say, what he's explaining is, yeah, not in all cases, but if you go out looking in casual places like that, that's probably what you're going to find is, you know, casual relationship thing. You're not going to find somebody who, he's saying, of the heart. So you're not going to find somebody who's a true connection, somebody who says about you a true connection, a meeting of mind and a meeting of hearts. So he's saying, yeah, if you want to find a true connection, it's not just about going out to your local pub with all your insecurities, worries and barriers up. But he's saying if you invite someone into your heart when there's an open space, i.e. the barriers are down, and he's talking about doing the work on yourself and loving yourself first. Yeah, he's not saying for one moment that you can't find love if you don't love yourself. Plenty of people do. It's been done before and it'll be done again. But what he's saying is that you'll find that a true, and I feel the same about this as well. Yeah, I know there's a lot of debates online about if you don't love yourself, you're not going to find love, and a lot of people, have kind of like rejected that statement and feel like people are being made to feel like that they can't love unless they love themselves. And yeah, everybody who's going through types of healing, because if that was the case, none of us would find love, because most of us are dealing with wounds and barriers and healing. So that's what he's saying. It's like, if you can do that, but if you are wanting a sustainable relationship, one that's really good, one from the heart, a true connection, whether it be soulmate or twin flame or whatever it is that you want to refer to, then you've got to love yourself, and you've got to do the work on you, and then love will come when you're ready and when they're ready. It will come, but you've got to be ready for it, and they've got to be ready for it. Yeah, see, that's the thing. You see, quite often people just expect. Yeah, see, yeah, I know where he's going with this. Quite often people expect that when they're ready, and then they question why aren't they finding love, and they're like, well, where is everybody? But you've got to realise that it's not just about you. If you're wanting to meet with that person that's really compatible for you, it's not about just you being ready. They have to be ready as well. So when you're sitting there and you're wondering, like, where's that person, but you can maybe get that person. Is that right? Thank you. Yeah, you maybe can get a person, but the person that's meant for you, the person that you want, or the person that you're putting out there to the universe that it is that you want, with the qualities that you want. If you want that, and you want delivered to you what it is that you really want and what it is that you're really asking for, you have to be prepared to wait, to be patient. And in that waiting period, why not do the best that you can do by working on yourself and for yourself while you're alone? Although you're never alone, that's what he's saying, of course. But yeah, but while you're waiting, or rather don't wait. Yeah, don't be hanging around waiting, but work on yourself, love yourself, tend to yourself. And then that person, you've also got to wait for them to be ready as well, because they could be doing the same. There could be barriers and issues that's attracting them to things that perhaps, or other people that may not be good for them at the moment while they're learning things. So you've got to wait until that person needs to come in at the right time, and they're ready for you, so that you can come together at the right time in the right circumstances. And it can be a meeting of minds as well as soul, and compatibility. And the energy of true love will be present. You see? Yes, he's doing it again. Yeah, he's saying that's enough of that. That's enough of that mushy stuff now. So yeah, it's like when he gets too deep, it's kind of like he pulls back. Then he's like, well, enough of that now. But I know he will open some more, but on that, but at least on something deeper anyway. Because yeah, I noticed that in his videos, and I just thought he seems like, I definitely felt that he was intuitive and just quite mature in his thinking. And just the way that his perspective of things, like he got asked a question about somebody had said, another singer, I'm not sure if it was somebody at the Rolling Stones, that it wasn't a good thing or something like that to if you just have children come to your concert, young people come to your concert, don't you, something like that. And they asked him, but I just loved the way there just didn't seem to be any, you know, he didn't say anything bad about anyone in the interview, or he spoke about, oh well, I think this person's great. He thought, there just didn't seem to be any of that rivalry with him or with anybody. And what I thought as well was like really nice was the fact, what else was he said something else in the interview. He said, oh yeah, he was talking about doing a song with Michael Jackson, and then he said about him when Michael Jackson asked him, called him because he didn't have time to do it, because he get David Bowie to do it. He says, well yeah, as long as our friendship still carries on, because he's saying that's the most important thing. So I thought that was really nice, and I thought it was lovely as well, and I could really relate to him the way he was saying about, they were asking about had he brought a movie out, and this was I think the interview when he was 37, and he was saying, well, I would have done it by now, I'm not just going to do it for the sponsors or the money, I've got to be feeling it. So yeah, it seemed like, he did things when he felt it on an intuitive level, or he was feeling it. That's obviously what a lot of, empaths and intuitives do. I know I'm like that. If I'm not feeling something, I can't just do it robotically. I've got to like be feeling it, or I'm not really interested in doing it. And I just got that sense of him as well, that he was like that. Is that right? Is that a right interpretation of how he was, or yeah, he was intuitive. He's seen a lot of things that perhaps others didn't necessarily understand or see or feel. Some did, some didn't. But it's okay. It didn't stop him from being friends with them, or collaborating with them, or getting on with them. It's just different perspectives. It's no judgment. It doesn't mean I'm better. This is what he's saying. It just means we have different ways of seeing things. Just as you would fashion. Yeah, just as somebody would like a certain pair of jeans, and you perhaps pick a different colour, or a different colour jumper from somebody else. Nobody questions that. But when people see things differently, that's when the arguments, the judgments comes in, and the division, separation. It's just people seeing things differently. He's saying we're all one. People need to realise that on a deeper level. That we're all brothers and sisters. And to find peace and harmony, you've got to be more accepting of your fellow man. Regardless of and he's not condoning certain actions, he's saying. Yeah, he's saying, I just want to clarify. Yeah, he doesn't want to get in trouble, he doesn't want to get me into trouble, but yeah, he's not regarding certain actions, but yeah, what he's saying is we all need to be kinder to each other and be more accepting of each other, regardless of race and gender. Colour, sexuality, of course. Yeah, he's saying it's shocking what goes on still after all these years. It's getting there, but still a long way to go. And he's recalling how, like, obviously, back in the time when he was young, how hard it was for him, but he said he got through. He got through. And you will too. Anyone who's facing any challenges over those kinds of things. But it's all superficial. You show me Princess Diana. Yeah, he's saying if everybody has a heart like that, the world will be a better place, because he's shown me Princess Diana and Dodie and another dark skinned man. Yeah, and they show me George Michael and Elton John. So what he's saying with that is that, you know, Diana, she was accepting yet of people regardless of the colour, race, sexuality. Yeah, and he's saying if everybody has a heart like that, the world will be a better place. More than words, he's right. Okay, he's put me on the spot now. He's asking me to ask him about his music. What do you want me to ask you? He's saying, what do you want to ask me, darling? You should know. What song is it that you would like to hear people playing the most? What was maybe perhaps your favourite? What is it that you feel is the most played one that people really sort of gravitate towards and makes people feel good? You're saying that's simple, it's all of them. Have you got a particular favourite one? Yeah, you see, I told you, they're all good. He's still smoking. And he's saying, I told you, they're all good. And he's like, as he's saying it, he's enjoying those cigarettes. Yeah, I'm asking him, is he enjoying those cigarettes? And he's like, you know, of course. Okay, yeah. He's sitting back now and he's kind of like rubbing his legs again. He's like, you know, come on. Okay, so what is it that you've been doing? What is it your mission that you're doing up there? Did you answer that? What is the mission that you've got up there? He's saying to play and laugh around. He's still the clown. He's still the clown that he could be. He's saying he has a whale of a time. What else is it that you've got to say? I think I've remembered everything that you told me. Let me just see. Hang on, I did make a note before. Was there anything else? Yep, no, I covered that. Just checking. You still there? Yeah, he's still there. He's just having a drink. He's sitting back and relaxing now. Now he's sitting like that now. You're getting comfy. Yeah, now he's got a stool because he's putting his legs up. He's relaxing. Okay, so Let me just ask him a question first. I just want to see if he's okay. Okay. I just wanted to make sure that he was okay talking about when he wasn't well, you know, towards the end. He said he's happy to talk about that. Do you want to tell us anything about that? It was hard, it was very difficult. It was hard at first trying to keep up front for others. For others, they were struggling around him. Telling his loved ones was one of the hardest things. But it had to be done, it was necessary. I say it was difficult. But they looked after me, they did the best for me. He was well taken care of. But he did want to enjoy that last bit of fame, not in a shallow sense, but yeah, he said he wanted to go on a high and do what he loved until the latter end as much as he could. Do what he loved doing. But he knew his days were numbered. He quickly realised towards the end how short his days were going to be here on Earth. He's saying, but it's fine, you know. Yeah, he's okay talking about it, but he's a little bit kind of like, yeah, he's saying no, he's okay talking about it, but yeah, he's kind of like, he's rubbing the back of his neck as he's talking about it. There's a slight shiftiness. He's not as relaxed as he was when he's speaking about that. There's a shift in his demeanour from going to talk about that, but yeah, he's not too worried, which is not a particularly pleasant subject, you know, for me. I suppose it's not. I know they do really pick up on your feelings, and sometimes as well what I've had is, even though I'm asking them questions, it's like they direct your mind to questions, because there's times I've asked things I'm like, I wouldn't have asked that question, or, you know, I wouldn't have said that. So it's like sometimes I feel like they can direct your mind to ask certain questions, although I'm not getting that from Freddie tonight. He's not. It's like he's waiting, he's like, well, come on. But I think he's just trying to push me into, you know, asking questions. But I'm just going where I think it should go, and I don't want to press him on certain things, because, you know, this is the first time that he's come in, so we can maybe delve more into other questions when he comes around again. But I don't really want to, you know, push him on certain things. But yeah, he's happy to talk about anything. So who are your friends now? Who is it that you enjoy spending time with on the other side? the ones I mentioned before. He's also showing me John Lennon. He's showing Michael Jackson as well. And I've seen that a couple of times. Most people normally just show me the picture of Michael Jackson with bubbles. But this time Freddie's showing me the picture of Michael Jackson, Thriller, with a red jacket on. And he's eating popcorn in the cinema. He's showing me that. That's the first time I've seen it. It's something different. Although somebody showed me the Bad album, but a couple of times I've had people show me the Bubbles, him and Bubbles the monkey just then. I was like, why does everyone just show me that picture? But they're not really answering. Well, yeah, they're not really answering questions on Michael Jackson. But he's saying he's yeah, he's saying we're cool. Why wouldn't we be? He's one of my best friends, he's saying. So, okay. Well, I'm going to leave it there because the video is like 1:07 now. So, I'm most likely to be back. Well, I will be back. I will be back with others, and we will definitely be visiting with Freddie again, I'm sure. But I'm just gonna end this video now, and yeah, please remember to like and subscribe, because I'll be coming back with more videos, more people to share with you, and other different content, yeah, just to try and add some beauty and calmness and positivity to your day. But yeah, until next time, thank you for watching. Appreciate you all being here for me, and thank you, and I hope you've enjoyed this video. Interact with me down below, post any comments, questions, whatever it is you like. And as I say, thank you for joining me, and speak to you all soon. Bye now. Bye.